Hey there, Brandon Sled here from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the Sled Resisted Back Pedal. For this exercise, what you're going to want is a sled, and then you're also going to want a dragging attachment that you can use. Different companies make different ones, but the big thing here is I want you to be able to put it around your actual waist. And so when you get in this attachment here, then mine actually cinch up a little bit to keep it tight to my hip, but you also don't have to do that. And then you're going to have your sled there where you can add the weight. Again, you want a little bit of a longer strap if at all possible. You don't want to be super close to the sled because you're going to risk the sled coming off the ground. And then when this is around your hip here, then we're going to get down in an athletic based position. So we're going to get in almost like a quarter squat stance. Chest is going to be up nice and tall. And I want to make sure before I even start, I've got tension in my sled here. And then for my sled, I can obviously drag backwards. But since we're doing a back pedal, we actually want this to be as fast as possible, using our arms as if we were going to actually perform the actual back pedal motion in athletic performance and speed and development. So again, create some tension, drop this butt, and then be able to go as fast as you possibly can. You can push the sled back to your start position. Again, create your tension, lean back here, and go. Now, the goal here behind this is to load up the back pedal aspect of the movement, but the reason I like this is it's going to force athletes to actually have to put effort into their back pedal. Many athletes like to half-ass or not put a lot of effort into their back pedaling, and if you need to back pedal in your sport, you're going to want to be able to back pedal quickly and explosively. Ideally, you're not backpedaling for long distances in your sport. It should almost be a transitional aspect from you backpedaling to doing either a crawford or a sprint, or just turning around to be able to sprint, or you're going to change laterally to be able to get in front of a defender or what have you. So I like programming this on much shorter durations and distances. So usually about 5 to 10 yards is the maximum that I like to actually do a resisted back pedal based drill, because most athletes should not be backpedaling longer than that. Now, if you want to try to build up some resiliency in your knees and your quads, then you can certainly push those distances more into the 15 or 20 yard range. And also, if you're doing this to be more explosive, we don't want the sled to be super heavy. You don't want to get as much weight as you can on the sled. For most people, just the empty sled, 5, 10, maybe 20 pounds at the absolute most, is going to be enough to slow them down and make them put in high quality effort into their backpedaling mechanics. Secondly, you also want to make sure that as you're doing your backpedaling, you're actually using your arms in your back pedal motion, that your arms are still coming backwards as you're backpedaling. You don't want to leave your hands by your side or up here. Actually use your arms like you're going to backpedal in sport. And I think a lot of times pushing effort onto this and having something to drag against makes athletes use their arms a little bit more naturally in the backpedaling motion. So chest is tall, hips are going to stay in athletic position, arms are going to chop forward and back just like you would in your normal sprint mechanics, but we're going to be going backwards in our back pedal mechanics. And then you want to put as much effort in as you can to the exercise. I recommend doing this, again, as part of your speed and agility work, so it should be the front end of your training session, or you can just do it on a speed and agility based day. And 3 to 5 sets, again, of short distances, 5 to 10 yards of high effort with little to no weight on the sled, trying to maximize your total output and being as fast as you possibly can to improve those back pedal mechanics. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks. Have a great day.